Welcome back to the Snowpoint Cast. Today we're going to be taking a look at a game between myself and Trevor Reed. I'm going to be on the left playing BLG or Blaziken Luxray Garchomp, and Trevor Reed is going to be on the right playing his tried and true Dialgachomp. This is going to be a Majestic Dawn to Call of Legends match. Kind of a really cool matchup. I think this is one of my favorite ones in the format, or in 2010, like Luxray variants versus Dialga variants are super fun, really interactive, have a lot of interesting plays that both sides can make. So Trevor's going to start off with a mulligan there. I'm going to take that mulligan right to the bank for sure. So yeah, I think this is a matchup that has a lot of interaction between Blaziken in specific, because Blaziken is a Dialga counter, Toxicroak, which is a direct Luxray counter, but it also counters Blaziken as the Dialga player. So if you have a Toxicroak with a Psychic Energy and an Energy Gain, it means that you can respond. So I think there's going to be a lot of like counter responding in this match up. There's a lot of back and forth plays, and especially with so many Pokemon being weak to one another, Uxies are Psychic weak, Garchomps are Colorless weak. You just really, like, everything has a weakness that the other deck plays in this matchup essentially. So not looking like the most amazing start for Trevor. I think he's starting a bat there is what I saw. Which is not amazing, but I guess it's not the worst starter either, because it's got Fruit Treat too, so that's kind of nice, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna see what we're doing here. I think Trevor's going first. Oh, you haven't done the flip yet. Doing the flip, and Trevor's gonna go first. So going for the drop return. Top deck's a Psychic, so that's actually a really solid top deck for Trev there. It's definitely gonna be his attach return. Didn't want to attach that Metal Energy or Warp. So the Psychic, I mean, especially because of Toxic Fang, he's able to use that next turn, which could be really good. Think about benching a Croak there. Go for a Collector instead. Probably gonna go for like Garchomp, Luxray, maybe an Uxie as well, depending on what else is in my hand, just to draw some cards. Because I would like to have a supporter for next turn as well. So I'm probably gonna be. This is usually the combo you get with Collector, just because these three Pokemon are very, very good. Might also get a second Garchomp, because Garchomp's such a big deal in this matchup, and a lot of the time in SP, like, you have to take out the other Garchomps first. If you can take out your opponent's Garchomps, then it means that yours don't get one-shot as easily, because they don't have the colorless weakness to hit you with. So kind of okay to go for two. Oh, I guess the Bronzong's okay as well. Kind of setting up my plays for a Garchomp play next turn, because I think I'm attaching to this Blaziken this turn. Maybe I thought I saw an energy. Maybe I'm mistaken though. Maybe a different energy somewhere else as well. Might be a good idea actually to attach to the Garchomp. Because that sets me up for a turn 2 Dragon Rush if I have the cards in my hand. Not really looking like I have a ton of the cards in my hand, but I do have a Premier Ball. We're just going to go for that Lightning Attach on Luxray. Yeah. And then Uxie, so we're going to set up for 3. Kind of just makes sense. Draw on 3. You usually want to use your Uxie early if you can, before your opponent gets their SP Pokemon set up, because then they have the potential to Power Spray, especially in a hand like this where, you know, I have no reason not to draw the cards this turn, because I'm not locked potentially by Power Spray, and I just need more cards. So I didn't really hit anything else playable. So I give a pass to Trevor. Trevor's going to go for a Cyrus Conspiracy. Super solid start here. Honestly, the probably one of the #1 cards you want to see in any SP deck. So he's going to go for a Collector to set up his board next turn. Probably a basic Metal Energy, because he's already got a Psychic on the board. Oh yeah, SP Radar, that's another good one too. Probably going to go for the Garchomp here, to be honest. I don't know if I guess the Luxray attach was good, because it just means I was just setting up for the Donk. I didn't know what Trevor had, right? So, I mean, you go attach the Luxray, because next turn you're potentially able to hit a Flash Impact with a Lightning weakness on the Crobat, kills it, and just wins the game. But that's not happening. So Trevor's just going to SP Radar for the Garchomp, put the car back, get the Garchomp, and start attaching to it, which makes a lot of sense, because he knows how to play the matchup. He knows that he's going to have to kill my Garchomp if he wants his to stay alive, and he's just planning on doing that. He might also attach to the Crobat, but that actually doesn't make a lot of sense, to be honest, because then I can just go Luxray, bring it up, and kill it. Actually, I have a lot of options. I don't even need the level X. I can just go energy gain, whatever that, a Trash Bolt on the basic Luxray. I don't even need the level X to be able to KO this Crobat, so that'd be pretty bad. He's probably just going to attach the Garchomp, spread his energy investment, which makes a lot more sense, and it also sets him up to excuse me, kill my Garchomp the following turn because he goes attach this turn, and then next turn you can go attach energy gain level X or double colorless energy level X. He has some options to hit a Dragon Rush, so he's just gonna go for that attach on the Garchomp. Makes sense. And then also gonna go for a setup, not even asking, just going for it. What a ballsy play. I guess he just knew I didn't have a power spray, although I did. So I mean, whatever. Could have played it, probably should have, to be honest, but I wasn't even thinking about that. But whatever. Saving it for later. Honestly, you most of the time want to save it for healing breath plays, because with Dialgachomp that's such a big deal. Healing breath is such a like pivotal part of the deck that you just have to spray them usually. I guess I maybe should have sprayed the Uxie. He only drew a couple cards, so it didn't really matter. But I'm going to go for Cyrus here. Going to find a energy gain and a fire energy. And I do have that level X as well in the hand. I guess that was the top deck. So yeah, I'm able to just kill this Uxie, which is super chill. And then also set up a Cyrus for next turn. So I'm looking in a pretty decent position here. Trevor, I'm kind of forcing him to hit. If he fails to hit next turn, like if he doesn't hit Garchomp DCE or like Garchomp energy gain, then I'm in like a really good position, because then I can counter his Garchomp with mine. But we'll have to see what Trevor's got here. Yeah, just gonna go for the fire attach. Gonna be able to go for the I think it's called Jet Shoot. Yep, Jet Shoot for the KO. And I am threatening or I am like potentially getting my Blaziken knocked out next turn. Trevor has that option as well to hit the active Blaziken, because when you Jet Shoot, you take 40 more damage next turn, and Blaziken has 110 HP. So with Garchomp hitting 80 plus 40, it's 120. It's more than the Blaziken level X, so the Blaziken level X could potentially go down. I don't think that's the best play if Trevor has that option, though, because killing Garchomp, especially in the board that he's at right now, he doesn't really care about the Blaziken, really. Like, sure, it's kind of threatening, but also he can kill it pretty much whenever he wants. And also, he doesn't have a Dialga anywhere on the board. So it's not really, like, it's a counter to part of his deck that he's being pretty intentional about not, like, playing down, which is really good of him. Especially when I start it, you know? Don't want to bench a Dialga and then get bodied by, like, Luxray level X Jet Shoot. So he's just going to go for a collector. Probably going to drop a Dialga now. Like, yeah. Maybe not, though. Might still just go for another Garchomp, which might be better. Oh, Uxie. Interesting. Just going for the Toxicroak, the Bronzong, and the Uxie. Toxicroak is another really good Blaziken level X counter. Like I was saying earlier, it can just one-shot when Jet Shoot lets it. You take that extra 40 damage. Poison Revenge with Toxicroak lets you hit for 100 instead of 60 after you get knocked out. And then with the poison that it also adds, it's 110, and that knocks out a Blaziken level X perfectly. So Trevor's just kind of setting up there. And he might even move the Psychic Energy to it, to be honest. Depending. He might keep it on the bat, too, kind of just to keep his investments kind of separate. Although, if it's on the bat, he's able to. Oh, so he's going to go Junk Arm for an SP Radar and use it? Yeah, this makes sense. He's probably got the double colorless energy in hand then. He's going to go for the Garchomp here. Like, he was discarding all that. It's probably got something. There was no reason to discard an Expert Belt and whatever else he discarded unless he's got something in his hands. He's going to put something back and then probably find that Garchomp level X. Yeah, that makes sense. And he's probably just going to shoot. See, I don't know. I mean, shooting the Garchomp on the bench is pretty good. Also, shooting the Blaziken is good, right? Because the most has gone into the Blaziken, the level X, the energy gain, and it's got an energy on it as well, so that's good. But I also totally understand if he kills the Garchomp. I think the bench Garchomp is probably the better kill, to be honest. Then I spray that. Yeah, for sure spray that. He's got like 2 cards in his hand. You cannot let your opponent be drawn. Like, okay, here's the thing. Power spray on Uxie, yeah, he's just going to kill the Garchomp, see, which makes sense. Power spray on Uxie, I think if they're drawing like 3 or less, usually not worth it. Really depends on their board, right? But if they use a supporter already, especially, usually not worth it. Better to hold it, especially in this matchup where you have to save them for healing breaths and some of the more important powers later in the game. But Trevor was going to go for like a draw of 5 there with that Uxie, and you really just can't allow that. Like, your opponent drawing 5 cards. If you can prevent that with a power spray, that's like a worthwhile investment of a power spray. You kind of have to figure out, you know, you have to value whatever they're doing against what it might be doing late in the game, like, you know, stopping a flash bite that KOs you when you get into Garchomp exchanges, or, you know, really whatever. But I'm gonna go for Cyrus here, find a lightning energy. Might also go For a Poke turn, I know I have that Premier Ball in my hand still, so I have the option to go Luxray, kill the bat this turn, which is pretty nice because getting the Psychic Energy out of there means that the Toxicroak isn't really a threat to the Luxray or the Blaziken. So that might be a really good play. I also just have the option to go swing with the Blaziken here and just attach somewhere else, depending on what else I have. I might also go for the SP Radar to get another Garchomp out, but at that point, Trevor might just go like retreat, Poke turn, the Crobat, and then you know, hit me with another Dragon Rush. But we'll see what I do here. I definitely have that option to go Luxray, but the Blaziken attack might not be too bad either. Just because, you know, the Premier Ball is good, but Premier Ball is also a recovery card, something you got to think about. So it's like one of the only recovery cards in the deck for Pokemon other than Aaron's, which I don't have in my hand. So you have to just think, you know, if this Blaziken is going down, I have another one on the bench. I could use the Premier Ball to be aggressive with the Luxray, or, you know, Jet Shoot just does 80 a turn, and keeping my Blazikens is also like super good. Oh, and I'm actually not even gonna go for the Jet Shoot. I'm going to go for the what is that attack called? Burning something. I get to choose one of my opponent's bench Pokemon, bring it up, and then it's burned. So I do that with the Bronzong because it shuts off the Poke Power, and it makes Trevor not able to hit, you know, just switch, Poke turn, move the energy, and then attach, and then hit another Dragon Rush. You really don't want to let your opponent hit multiple Dragon Rushes in a turn if you can prevent it, just because it's such a good attack that can, like my Luxray would have died, right? So it's just losing that energy and that attacking option is just pretty bad, especially when I'm not able to return KO with the Blaziken. So Trevor's going to find a VS Seeker here. I'm going to go for a Cyrus and just use the Cyrus again. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so let's see what kind of stuff he's going to get. He might potentially get Luring Flame is the name of the attack. That's the name of the attack. I was forgetting it. So you're gonna go for a Poke turn to get that Bronzong out of the active, which kind of makes sense. You know, it was a little bit of a call out on me to just say, hey, I'm gonna, you know, force your Bronzong. I could just swing at the Garchomp for 80, but the thing is, if he has a Poke turn, he just gets to turn it up. Like he had the Poke turn anyway, right? So he's gonna be able to turn it up anyway. And so I don't know. I think forcing him to invest the Poke turn to move, not even to like reset. You know, I guess the reset for Garchomp's already active, but if he has an energy gain that already does it, I don't know. Kind of, maybe I should have gone for that aggressive Luxray play because it did get the Psychic Energy off the board, which could be pretty good, but I don't know. It's kind of weird to say at this point. I was kind of just hoping that he didn't really have the things that I was hoping he was going to have, and he's going to go Poke turn on the Bronzong, just pick it up, get it out of there. He doesn't have the Warp Energy in his hand. I'm sure if he did, he might use it. He might actually just get to Dragon Rush his turn again, though, to take out the Luxray. Is probably what he's going to do if he has that option. And I do see that other energy in his hand, and then with the Bronzong, he has that option to just move the energy on the Crobat, attach, and then discard 2 more energy to Dragon Rush again. Dragon Rush is such an amazing aggressive attack, so he's going to use that Bronzong power, and he's going to move the energy onto the Garchomp C level X, and it looks like he is going to go for another Dragon Rush on the Luxray to kill it. So this is kind of what I was talking about earlier about, you know, if you're up against an SP deck and you're playing an SP deck and you don't have a way to deal with their Garchomp, either with your own or a Dragonite or whatever, you know, there's lots of answers to Garchomp in the formats that it's in. If you don't have an answer to it, something like this can happen where, you know, Trevor just got off 2 Dragon Rushes off in 2 turns, and now my board is not looking super good. I don't have a Garchomp on the board. I don't have a Luxray on the board, so I don't really have an option to attack things on the bench that I might want to attack. So yeah, just kind of a really good play from Trevor. He's going very Garchomp aggro this game, but it's kind of what he had to do because I started Blaziken level X and he couldn't really go Dialga route at all, so he's just kind of going aggro Garchomp, and it seems to be working out for him because he's in the prize lead as of right now, and I'm probably just gonna have to hit him for another 80 on the Garchomp. I might also go for another Luring Flame to kind of get the Bronzong to chill, but I think at this point, because he didn't bench another Garchomp, hitting this one is not that bad, because if he's forced to Poke turn this one, it means that he's not attacking with it again next turn, which is super fine, honestly, if he's not attacking with Garchomp. If he's attacking with something else, because I'm not knocking him out, so the Toxicroak can't really kill me, although I guess he could go Ux level X. Ux level X. If I jet shoot. No, it's still short. If he has Ux level X Poke Turn and I don't have a Power Spray, then that's a possibility that he has. But I'm going to go for an Azelf here. Time Walk. Cyrus also for a Professor Oak's New Theory. Just because I'm looking to draw some cards next turn. And I'm going to take that Garchomp C out of the prize. Is super important there. And I have that energy gain as well. So it's looking like I'm going to be able to do some stuff. Even if, you know, Trevor has a crazy turn where he knocks out this Garchomp, I'm in a pretty decent position there because it doesn't get to heal the Garchomp. So I'm taking out one of his 1/1 lines and then also keeping one of mine. So, you know, something to keep in mind when you're playing SP Mirror is your Garchomps compared to your opponents, right? Like one of my Garchomps is in the discard right now. If I'm able to kill this Garchomp on Trevor's side, then he's got 1 and a level X, and that leaves only 1 in the discard, but 2 level X in my deck, which kind of opens up for some Aaron's plays later in the game. It lets you get, you know, maybe a Garchomp and an energy if you have 2 level X, whereas Trevor, if he wants to get another like 1/1 line, he might have to Aaron's for the whole 1/1. So kind of an important part of SP Mirror is knowing how many Garchomp outs your opponent has left. And definitely really important that I didn't get Power Sprayed on that Azelf, because not being able to take a Garchomp out could have been a really big deal later up in the game. I'm just going to swing at this Garchomp for a big 80 with a Jet Shoot. Trevor does have the option to return KO if he hits Uxie, double colorless energy. He has the Expert Belt there already, so he could just slap that on an Uxie. Kind of dangerous because I also have an Uxie on my board, so I could just return KO with my own Uxie, but definitely one of the options that you have to be able to KO Blaziken, especially if they attacked you with Jet Shoot and didn't KO. Toxicroak is a great answer to Blaziken when you knock out, but when you don't knock out, it's only doing like 60, and then you just get 1 shot back pretty much. 1 less, but you know, with a bat drop or something, then it's really not a great exchange. But with the Uxie level X, he definitely has an option to do that. I don't know if he's going to hit that off of the Cyrus though. It didn't look like he had double colorless energy in his hand. Let's see what he grabs off this Cyrus. He does have an open bench slot that probably doesn't want to get attaching to a Dialga yet, but he might go for that SP Ritter for the second Garchomp, because he does know that my Garchomp is out, and there is a potential that I might be able to just kill him. Probably also could go for the Poke Turn here to heal the Garchomp. That's probably the best play, to be honest, because you really don't want that Garchomp dying at all costs. Yeah, he's just thinking about... Oh, he's going to take back the Cyrus. Going to do something else. He's going to retreat. Oh, he's going to see if he gets the Leap Away first. He's going to go for a Leap Away. This is to reset the Garchomp. So if you retreat to the bench, Dragon Rush says you can't use Dragon Rush during your next turn. All effects of attack like that get reset when a Pokemon goes to the bench. So when the Garchomp retreats to the bench and then the Toxicroak uses Leap Away, if Trevor would have flipped the heads on the Leap Away and, you know, retreated to the Toxicroak, then went back to the Garchomp, if he had a double colorless energy, he could use Dragon Rush again, which would have killed the Blaziken FB, and I would have been in a really awful position there, because I would have been down 2 prizes. Even if I did kill the Garchomp, down 2 prizes is a really bad position to be in any SP matchup. So Trevor is going to Poke a Turn, go for the attach energy gain, and then probably just Dragon Rush the active. Might Dragon Rush the bench, but the active is kind of the threat right now. And he's benching that Smeargle, which I really like as well. It gives him an option that if he gets return KO'd here off the Garchomp, which he probably will, oh, he's just going to kill the other Garchomp. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Just keeping the Garchomps out of there. Trevor just knows the matchup. You know, as tempting as that Blaziken level X might be to kill, it's a lot better to be killing the Garchomp on the bench, because that is the threat, right? Like this Garchomp, I let it live, and then I didn't let it live. I just really didn't have the outs to kill it. And then it is like sweeping me right now. It's taking all 3 prizes. So Trevor just doesn't want that to happen to him. Makes a lot of sense. And I'm going to go for the Lightning Attach on Blaziken, which honestly doesn't make a ton of sense. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That doesn't make sense. Going to go for the double colorless instead, actually, which also doesn't make a ton of sense, to be honest. I guess there's just nothing else to attach to, and I want to have an attachment on board in case I whiff off this Pont. So, I mean, I guess that's okay. I think the double colorless, I guess it doesn't matter because it's 20 on Bronzong, but I think the double colorless on Uxie probably would have been a lot better, because it opens up for some plays with the I guess Ux level X is kind of bad though, because Trevor has an Uxie of his own, and if I put Ux X up and I attack and I kill, I go down to 4 prizes, but it opens up Trevor to go down to 2 if he has DCE Ux level X. So you don't really want to have those plays for your opponent. And I'm just gonna go for the Blaziken I forget what that basic attack is. Jet or Vapor Kick. Vapor Kick, that's it. And I just hit it for 30, and then I don't take that Jet Shoot knockout damage. So the Toxicroak isn't really a threat. It's in his hand, but it's still not really a threat. And he does have that Smeargle, so I think the Smeargle bench was amazing from Trevor because he just knew that he was going to get knocked out. Going to next turn. I'm down to 4 prizes now. So starting to bring the game back a little bit. You know, I have lots of energy on my board, and it's looking like Trevor has 0 energy. This is kind of one of the downsides of going aggro Garchomp is your mid game can be a little bit energy dry. Although he does have that Aaron's in his hand, he also has the Uxie level X, so it's a really good thing that I didn't go with that aggro Uxie play. He doesn't have the DCE, but he absolutely would have had the potential to hit it off of this Smeargle and Uxie level X combo. You've seen a lot of cards with Portrait and trade-off, so he's just going to go for the SP Radar. Yeah, going to go for the Dialga. He doesn't really have any other options. I guess he might have a Garchomp prized, potentially. Potentially could have a Garchomp prize. Honestly, something else that Trevor might be thinking about, since I don't have a Luxray, is just build a Dialga and then get a remove Lost on the fire, and then it's just not an issue. It could be his late game play because he has some turns to play around with now that I'm you know, behind him in prizes. He has a few attaches where he can get. But it's either a Pont or a Collector off of this Portrait for Trevor. Oh, also Aaron's. He has the ability to Aaron's as well, which he might do. That might actually be the best play. So he is going to go for that Aaron's, and he's going to find maybe Garchomp X is probably the best idea. He has an Aaron's in his hand, so it's kind of interesting. He might just go for double and then some energy. Yeah, Garchomp X. Then he's probably also going to go for a... he's just rethinking that. Got a lot of basic energy in there as well. I think all of his basic energy is actually in the discards, so Aaron's to be able to get that back is really, really nice, and it means he's going to be able to attach his turn. He's just going to go aggro Garchomp, which kind of just makes sense, right? Like, I don't have a Garchomp on my board, so I'm not really threatening his Garchomps at all. And because he made that play where he's able to snipe both of my Garchomps on the bench before they became a threat, he has the option to now go aggro with Garchomp himself and not feel threatened, which is just a really, really clean play by Trevor. He just really knows how to play the SP matchup. He's done it many a time. He's hitting me with a Warp Point here. Don't really have an amazing option, to be honest. But I don't think he's going to be doing anything to me this turn. So I might... I don't know. Kind of a weird position to be in. I don't really want to do that either. I guess maybe the Blaziken, because then I can at least attach. I don't know. I guess this is okay. I guess I might just have an energy in my hand too. Oh, and okay, so he's gonna go Ux X trade off. If he hits DCE here, ooh, warp, not DCE, close. But he does take that warp to hand, which is still really nice, getting that energy off. He was looking for a supporter, probably like a DCE or a supporter out would have been really nice for him. And I think the Azelf promote was the best because the Uxie is really bad and the Bronzong is really bad. Especially because if he does hit Uxie KO and I promote the Uxie, then my Uxie cannot level X double colorless energy. I don't even double colorless energy. It's already on the board. Just need to hit level X and then use that Galactic Switch with Bronzong and move the DCE and then KO. So just kind of know what I'm doing as well. Trevor and I have played this matchup a lot. We just know how to play SP. We've done it a fair amount. So Trevor's also going to go for the Warp and just put the Smeargle back active. He's saying, you know, if you want to kill this, that's cool. I still have the energy on the Uxie, so definitely can only use Portrait once during his turn. He was maybe thinking it gets reset by going to the bench, but it just says once per turn. So absolutely, you can use it once per turn. It doesn't get reset. It is not a Pokemon attack like that. Same Smeargle. Can only use it once per turn. So yeah, he does get that energy on the Uxie, which is actually really pretty good because that's eventually probably going to be something that he's going to attack with. And yeah, he's in a really good spot. He's got that Crowbot on the bench too, and lots of Poketurns left, and the Garchomp. So he has lots of options into the end game as well. He's got to take 3 more prizes, right? So if you're planning your prizes out here and you're Trevor, you're saying, okay, well, I'm probably going to have to kill this Blaziken level X. Probably going to have to kill something else, maybe another Blaziken level X, and then my end game can be snipe something, either an Uxie or a Bronzong with this Garchomp for the game. So essentially, Trevor only has to kill 2 more active things that he can kind of pick and choose wherever he wants to kill on the board next. So he's got lots of options here, especially with the Toxicroak and the Aaron's in his hand. He's got lots of stuff that he can do for sure. We're just discussing whether or not you can use the Smeargle again. Trevor is thinking about taking back the play of the Warp Energy. If you can't use Smeargle again, probably just gonna warp back to the Crobat. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Just because you can retreat to the Smeargle anyway, if that's what you want to do, right? I mean, he's got no bench space, so he can't even unknow Q. Maybe the Toxicroak, honestly, but that's the bat's probably fine, to be honest. And now he's gonna go for an Aaron's here. I was gonna check out his Discord, but not gonna do that anymore because now he's in there getting some energy cards. And he sets himself up for a really nice turn next turn. He's going to be able to hit the, what's that? Something blade on the Uxie level X. I don't remember what that attack is called. Zen Blade. Yeah. Hit the Zen Blade next turn with the other energy. And I'm also going to go for an Aaron's because, sometimes you just use 3 Aaron's in a row. You guys ever see that in an SP Ditto? Oh, yeah. Go for double Garchomp. Makes a lot of sense. And I'm kind of just setting up my endgame as well. I'm less setting up my endgame and more trying to be preventative of Trevor's endgame. If Trevor is able to get that Garchomp play off, then he just wins the game. But something that I can do to prevent that is take out his Garchomp before he is able to take 2 prizes and then only need a Dragon Rush on an Uxie or an Azelf or a Bronzong for game. So, yeah, kind of just setting back up. Also have that option to go Luxray. But yeah, definitely going to go the Garchomp. That is the absolutely smart play. There's a couple of stuff I can do. I'm probably just going to go for the lockup here with the Azelf. Honestly, well, lockup's probably pretty bad. I probably should just killed with the Blaziken is the thing. Probably should just retreat and kill the Blaziken. Like, lockup's okay, but I guess I just don't want him to hit that Garchomp is the thing, right? Like, and if I hit the Blaziken, he has a lot more out to hit the Garchomp. Because I know he meant, he's obviously hoping to retreat for free next turn. If I lock up for 20, it can prevent a retreat. So I guess that's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, honestly, taking the KO with Blaziken is probably better, especially because Trevor does have a VS Seeker and an Aaron's gone, which mean that he can't just go Flash Bite and kill the Uxie if these Uxies do end up trading off with one another. And I do have that double colorless energy in my hand, so I'm kind of getting ready for the other Uxie X to come up. With my own Uxie, I attach the call energy to the Garchomp instead of the double colorless energy because I just knew that having it in my hand is a lot better for obvious reasons to be able to Zen Blade the opposing Uxie for knockout. So yeah, Trevor's going to take a peek at his discard here, see what his options are. Honestly, if Trevor uses a Poketurn here to pick up this Crobat, I'm really okay with that as well. It's a pretty big investment of a Poketurn just to, heal 20 and get a bat back. Not really what you want to be doing. I guess it's okay. But he does have that Warp Energy, so that's actually really nice. He's got that other Warp Energy as well. Deck only plays 3, but Trevor had 2 on the Uxie and then also the bat, so that's pretty nice as well. He's going to go for the switch there on the Uxie, and then Garchomp. Use Healing Breath, heal the damage off of all of his SP Pokemon. And honestly, the Warp Energy for Trevor was super good there. Probably should have just taken the knockout on my side, even though it was a little more risky. I just needed to be taking prizes, to be honest. So that was probably a little bit of a misplay there for me. I probably should have just retreated, hit with the Blaziken. But still a pretty decent position here, because I do have that double colorless energy on the board. I can move with Bronzong. I do need to hit Uxie level X this turn, though. That is a absolute big deal that I need to hit. Something else I could hit is a Crobat. If I hit Crobat, Crobat also kills this Uxie X. Yeah, we'll see what I can get here. I do have that VS Seeker in my hand, so I could SP Radar for a Crobat if that's what I really want to do. The thing about that is it opens up for Trevor to have a Power Spray, and he hasn't used like any of his sprays this game, so I don't know how safe that is. Honestly, kind of a sketchy play, but we go for the Bronzong here, attach the energy there, and I probably have a Poketurn in my hand if I'm looking to do that. Yeah, I do. I guess I go for Cyrus for a Poketurn, I guess. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Poketurn, Lightning Energy, and a Cyrus. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could have gone for the Pont into a potential Zenblade KO here, but just going for the safe play is probably better. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so gonna pick this up, gonna promote the Blaziken. Honestly, this is kind of questionable. Not gonna lie. I think I don't know. It's like fine, but The problem with this play is I don't kill anything. And having going 4 prizes to 2, if Trevor's able to just kill something with his Garchomp next turn, like the Uxie or the other Garchomp or the Bronzong. Okay, so I'm taking this play back and going with the Garchomp, which I think is a way better play because I think I just absolutely need to be taking a prize this turn. Okay, Healing Breath, the Bronzong, so don't get sniped. Oh, okay, this is much better. This is much better because now I threaten a Bat KO. I also have KO with the Garchomp. So I threatened Bat KO on the Uxie, which is actually kind of good, although Trevor has the ability to power spray that for sure. I don't have the 80 HP Garchomp C on my bench, so Trevor actually can't kill my Garchomp. If he does decide to go Garchomp up and then attack my Blaziken or an Uxie or something, I can just return KO with my Garchomp, and then I'm in a really good position because I have a Garchomp on the board and he won't. So definitely really important to level X that Garchomp there on the bench before. Kind of seems pointless, but I'm healing the damage off the Bronzong too, which puts it out of range of knockout unless Trevor has a Crobat to Flash Bite it first as well. So honestly, really not an awful use of Healing Breath there, especially to keep the Garchomp alive is the most important. The more HP is super, super important on that. So just checking here what I got. Could go for... yeah, and we are going to go for that. I literally looked it up earlier this game. Not Vapor Kick, but Luring Flame. So we're going to go for that Luring Flame on the Toxicroak. Turn off that ability. So force Trevor to, just stall him out. If you're going to hit something, you have to have a Warp Point or a Poketurn or something. And he doesn't have a ton of cards in his hand either, so he's just going to go for a trade-off, get a card back in his hand. If he's able to hit something... Oh, he actually has a fair amount of cards in his hand, so he could have something for sure. He's got like 7, 8 cards in his hand. Wow. And it looks like he already has that Poketurn anyway. Poketurn. He's got the Power Spray as well. Yeah, so that's a really pretty deadly hand. He's gonna go Energy Exchanger, which is a really uncommon card. I play one of it in my Dialgachomp list. I just think it's such a good card. Energy Exchanger. Take an energy card from your hand, put it into your deck, and then search your deck for another energy card. Put it in your hand. Really amazing in Dialgachomp because you can search energy with Cyrus, put it back, and then grab a special energy. And searching for special energies is honestly so broken, and if you can do it in any format, it's usually really, really good. Especially for energies like in this deck that are so important. Like you need special metal energy sometimes, you need double colorless energy times, like right now, and then you also need warp energy at certain times in the game. So being able to, it's got uses a lot of times in the game. And Trevor's just going to go for that, and then a Poketurn. Putting the Smeargle up, I guess he might have an unknown Q as well to be able to retreat this and then also attack with Garchomp. But he's honestly just got 2 prizes left, so he might just go for... Well, the thing is, if he kills with Garchomp, I can kill with my Garchomp. Right? I actually have multiple ways to kill with my Garchomp. I can either go Earthquake with a Crobat if I have that option, which I do because I have a Collector. And then I also have a Poketurn there, so even if Trevor has Power Spray, which he does... able to kill there and keep the energy, or just Dragon Rush if he does happen to have that double Power Spray to be able to stop my bat from going through. So yeah, Trevor's going to go for, I think, just a Pont, maybe a Collector, maybe a Cyrus. I didn't even see which one he pointed to be honest. He's using one of my supporters with Smeargle. He's in his deck. Yeah, going for the Cyrus to be able to search his deck for a basic energy card, a Team Galactic Convention, as well as another supporter. Which is really clutch because this is not even a supporter return. This is just Smeargle. So he gets to use the supporter that he's getting as well, which is a really crazy part about Smeargle. Super good card. I think this card deserves a spot in every SP list in this format. It's just it's so good, especially if you play Unknown Q. It's just an amazing card. Being able to use double supporter in a turn. Like Trevor's going to be able to find Poketurn, his attachment for turn, and then also get a Pont, which is like insane turn. Like, though search 2 cards, shuffle, draw 6 is insane for a turn. So yeah, Smeargle, super cool card. Portrait's a really neat ability. He does have some options here, I guess, because I did well, I guess he doesn't have some options to KO, I don't think. Because I just used whatever that one ability was. He's just gonna pass. Yeah, he's just gonna pass. And then he also has that ability to Smeargle next turn. He's ahead, so he can kind of just chill. Now I'm kind of in a weird spot now because I can attack with a Blaziken, but I don't know. Kind of a weird spot. Yeah, I just attack with a Blaziken to kill probably, and I also have that Power Spray to prevent like a crazy if Trevor just decides to go like, power or poke a turn, bat, or like poke a turn, bat, kill Bronzong, which would probably not even be good. Like, he's used 2 poke turns already, so I'm not really afraid of him killing this Garchomp. In some situations, he could go triple turn, bat, kill the Garchomp, and that would be correct. But he doesn't really have that option, so I'm not really afraid of anything. Just grab it a power spray just in case he tries to do something tricky. Oh. Let's see what we can get here. I don't really want to bench any more basics if I can prevent it, just because he gives him the option to go double Dragon Rush for a game. And the power spray was definitely against the Crobat. It means that he can't just go kill the Crobat, kill the Uxie. Like I was saying before, my Garchomp is also threatening a KO on his, so if he does want to bring his up, it definitely is probably going to get KO'd the next turn if he decides to do that. Also, the Uxie, I mean, I don't have the Ux-X in my hand, but I have the double Colorless Energy in my hand too, so that's kind of not bad too. And I'm going to bench the Garchomp with the double Colorless Energy, which I think is okay. But it also opens some stuff up for Trevor now. Trevor can go bench Garchomp, energy gain, or Q, retreat, energy gain, attach to bench Garchomp, kill bench Garchomp. And then he goes down to his last prize, and he has 2 Garchomps on the board. So even if I'm able to kill one, he has the potential to return KO here, which I don't love. I guess that's like fine though. Probably would have happened anyway, but I guess it just opens up for another, you know, that's the second Pokemon that he can potentially Dragon Rush for the game. If he's Dragon Rushing the Uxie first, or he probably hits the Garchomp first now because it's a threat and has energy on it. You shoot that first, and then if I return KO, he can just have the Wombo combo in his hand where he just goes Garchomp level X, double Colorless Energy. He doesn't even need that. He can just go energy gain. Yeah, so single energy and energy gain, energy, Garchomp level X, Dragon Rush. So Trevor's in a super good spot here, actually. He's kind of set himself up to win the game for sure. And then he's also going to go Expert Belt on the Uxie. So saying, hey, if you want to KO this Uxie, you can't do it with a Crobat and a Blaziken or a Crobat and a Garchomp. You have to go in with another Uxie, which is kind of dicey because if Trevor has the Crobat, then I'm definitely going to go down there. But I do have that power spray to prevent the Crobat from killing my Ux-X if I am able to hit the Ux-X KO this turn, which is kind of my optimal turn, really. I probably should have promoted the other Garchomp because then I had the potential to level exit based on the top deck, and I still could have retreated it, and that would have been super fun. But yeah, I don't know. I really just need to hit Ux-X here. If I don't hit Ux-X here, I probably just lose. I need Ux-X, double Colorless Energy is what I need. To be able to KO this Uxie. There's no other way unless I hit like some crazy Crobat turns. But Trevor has a power spray in his hand, so it's not really something that can happen. And if I poke a turn the Garchomp, I guess I get DCE back to my hand, and that takes away the threat of him just Dragon Rushing that for game. So I probably just do that because that's half of my combo there. Yeah. So, you know, kind of in a spot where I could potentially bring it back, even though I'm down 2 prizes. If I'm able to KO this for 2 prizes, then I only need 1 more for the game, and Garchomp can potentially clean that up. So yeah, gonna attempt for the Uxie here, and then attempt for the Bronzong, yeah, which makes a lot of sense. And Trevor's gonna power spray that. Okay, so that was probably wrong. I probably should just poke a turn the Garchomp, because then I would have the double Colorless Energy anyway. I guess that's fine, but I don't really care about my attachment for turn. I more care about the Pokemon on the board. I don't know. That's just really bad. That forces me to hit so much stuff now. I guess I have a Junk Arm to hit another poke a turn back, to get, I don't know, get the Garchomp off the field, or Bronzong off the field, I guess. But it's just like, now I have to hit another poke a turn to hit the Garchomp off of the field so that Trevor can't just Dragon Rush me for a game with an energy. So, yeah, I don't know. Don't love this, but I guess it's, like, fine. Just thinning that one SP Raider and then Haunting. I need to hit Uxie level X so I can Zen Blade this Uxie in the active. And then also a poke a turn so that Trevor doesn't have the option to kill bench Garchomp with a Dragon Rush. So kind of asking a lot. It's a 2-card combo, but if I'm able to hit the Uxie X, it means that I get to see the top 2 cards in my deck as well. So there is a potential there that I could hit both of those. I'm kind of, if I do hit the Uxie X, I'm drawing some stuff. Oh, there's the Expert Belt. And Pokecom. Is there a Pokemon in the hand? There is. That's an unknown Q. So it looks like we're going to Pokecom the unknown Q. Yeah. Look for a Uxie level X. So we are going to be able to take the KO here. Which is really nice. You know, it puts us right back in the game, down to last prize. Now kind of putting the ball in Trevor's court, saying, hey, you decided to go Expert Belt on this Uxie to kill me. I'm going to decide to go decide to just go Uxie to kill you. And if you want to kill this Uxie, you have to hit some things. This card, that card, or the other card needs to be... Oh, the other card's a Poketurn. Let's go. So I turn the Garchomp. Sometimes you never get punished. Sometimes you make a misplay and Pokemon's like, yo, I got you, bro. And that is exactly what happened there. Absolutely should have picked up the other Garchomp with a Poketurn so that I didn't have to bench or like take the other Bronzong off the bench, but never punished, baby. We also hit the Expert Belt, so we're less likely to die as well. Putting out a big 110 HP. So Trevor's now in a position where he's forced to hit here. There's a couple things that he could hit. I don't think he has the bat damage to be able to bat over this. Wow. Yeah, so he's in potentially a really dicey position here because I'm able now to go the Garchomp next turn. I mean, I guess he could have Expert Belt. Expert Belt and an energy would do it. And a bat. Oh, and Poketurn for bat. That's really good. Yeah, Trevor just hit the 3-card combo. What a great game from Trevor and I there. Okay, well, this has been BLG versus Dialgachomp. If you have any questions about the matchup, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get to them. Also, if you would like to see, this is something I've kind of been curious about for a while. If you want to see a face cam while I'm recording these commentary versus games, feel free to let me know in the comments. I can definitely do it. I just kind of haven't been because I don't really know if that's something people would be interested in, but if it is, I would definitely be glad to do it. Just let me know. All right, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.